Hello and welcome to Diecast Restos. I'm Jason and this is the Lesney Matchbox No. 32B E-Type Jaguar. It was produced from 1962 until 1968, proving to be a popular casting. All models came in a metallic red, though there is a rare bronze version which some collectors believe to be the undercoat missing the red lacquer. I have two to work on today, both in similar play-worn condition, though one has a cracked windscreen which will need replacing. I will restore one back to factory spec, i.e. a basic restoration and a coat of paint. Lesney opted not to enhance the Jag with silver trim, so the other will be a custom E-Type in a unique colour with a splash of extra chrome for the bright work. All the castings came with these wire wheels, though early releases had grey tyres instead of black sets. Here's a mint 32B with box, and here is a 1966 Series 1 E-Type on which the casting is based. Lesney released the casting in late 1962, a year and a half after the E-Type had stunned the world on its debut. Known as the XKE in North America, the E-Type was unveiled on the 15th of March 1961, initially for export only, having been assembled at Jaguar's Coventry plant in England. Developed on the back of immense success in the mid-50s with the D-Type at Le Mans, the E-Type was a game changer for the automotive industry as it borrowed the racer's unitary construction, disc brakes, independent front and rear suspension, rack and pinion steering, and more. It was developed as both a two-seat fixed-head coupe or a two-seat convertible, though a 2+2 coupe was launched in 1966. Series 1 cars had a 3.8 litre XK engine, which had been around since 1949 and actually remained in production until 1992, while the 65 to 67 vehicles had the 4.2 litre unit. Enzo Ferrari called the E-Type the most beautiful car ever made. That you cannot deny from a man who knew a thing or two about beautiful cars. It topped the Sports Car International list of the best sports car of the 1960s and topped the Daily Telegraph's World's 100 Most Beautiful Cars of All Time list. In total, 38,419 Series 1 E-Types were produced, with 15,500 fixed-head coupes, 17,500 open two-seaters, and 5,500 2+2s. You might have noticed here that nothing is shifting the red stain on the interior plastics, so I'll use this on my custom model and respray the piece a different colour. Jaguar made a number of changes to the E-Type for the Series 2 in 1968, most of which were due to US legislature. This included the removal of the glass headlight covers, a change made worldwide rather than solely applying to the US market. Other changes included a wraparound rear bumper with the taillights positioned below it rather than above, larger front indicators, and a larger grille. From 1968 to 1971, 18,809 Series 2 cars were made in all body styles. The Series 3 rocked up in 1971, sporting a new engine. Jaguar dropped their 4.2 litre XK inline 6 for their spanking new 5.3 litre V12 unit. Power was up to 272 horsepower with a sub 7 second 0 to 60 time. Jaguar discontinued the short wheelbase coupe, leaving just the 2+2 and the convertible. Unlike the Series 2, the Series 3 differed in North America, with large rubber bumper overriders fitted to the front in 1973 and front and rear the following year. Aside from the big V12 badge on the back, the Series 3 is more easily distinguishable from the Series 1 and 2, as it has a large cross-slatted front grille. In all, 15,287 Series 3 cars were built from 1971 to 1975. The E-Type's successor would be the 1975 XJS. So you would have seen a moment ago that I sprayed the stained interior a custom tan that should sit alongside my chosen exterior colour nicely. This red is a near enough spot-on match to the original factory metallic shade. For the first time, I'm using this TS58 Pearl Light Blue. I chose this as E-Types look best, in my opinion, in soft metallic colours, like silver, pale blue, champagne, just very subtle shades. Trouble is that these light shades won't show up my custom chrome detailing all that well. I'm just doing a few chrome highlights as opposed to a full-on custom, in the style that Lesney would have done with other models, just sadly not the E-Type. I put a chrome layer on the headlights, grille, badge, bumpers front and rear, turn signals and door handles. Now it's time to reassemble using my restored casting. This window piece is the restored type rather than my reproduction one. I'll leave a link to the source of the parts in the description below. All fits back together as it should, and it is secured with 2 screws. So here is one of the 2 very playworn 32B E-Type Jaguars I started out with. The paint was very patchy, and the window piece on this one had split down the centre. The wheels needed a clean, and the interior on this had to be swapped to my custom car as it had stained red. In all, a gorgeous casting that sadly wasn't enhanced with trim detailing, so I decided to give one a custom paint job with a few extras. But here is my restored Jag. As you can see, the paint is a near perfect shade that matches the factory paintwork. The brilliant wire wheels that were disappointingly not used on many more models, they cleaned up with a bit of soap and water, and a dab of Citadel on the tyres spruced them up too. This window piece is polished up well with Auto Salt and Astonish, so is now looking almost good as new. I've treated the axle ends to a shiny coat of Molotow chrome as well. Now my restorations are usually very true to the factory specification, but I can't help but feel that this one is really lacking missing the silver trim, at the very least on the headlights. Proportionally, I think the casting is superb, but it couldn't be a top 5 1/75 Matchbox for me, mainly for that reason. So for my custom, you might be able to see the silver headlights I added in, but I think the new colour suits. I'm very happy with the finish, and I'm pleased with the tan interior, which complements the exterior. There are a couple of little details on the front that bring it to life a little, while the sides get the tiniest dab of chrome on the door handles and indicator. Anyway, that is all for today. Please like, comment and subscribe. Check out Patreon where you can help support the channel. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye bye!